Why, hello everybody. Yeah, we're back. And I've got to say, there's some news. Okay, let me show you. So, Uncle, I've set up a personal training plan for Uncle. They're now a streamer. They're now basically almost a full-time streamer. They are allowed a little bit of time to sleep and a little bit of time to train, but we're moving them on to streaming. And we're going to explore creating some Uncle merch. Okay, so I could spend money upgrading our facilities, but that's money we don't have. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to add a product. And there's a bunch of products we can choose from. The cheapest one, in terms of a development cost, is a poster. So if we sell... So creating a poster for Uncle, it's crazy, but it's going to cost about 8.5k to do this. And we could produce 100 Uncle posters. But if we sell them at $6, that's terrible. We're only making $600 and it costs us $8,500. So hang on, how many posters do we need to sell in total once we've developed this Uncle poster technology? Do we need to make to turn, just break even? 1,416 posters. Okay. I have no context for any of this in terms of, like, is this a good baseline? Like, is this too cheap? Let me know in the comments, what would you spend on an Uncle poster? I'm going to put it up to $9. $9. So that's what, but we're going to produce an initial run of 100 of them. And surely, of his 3,000 fans, at least 9 of them will buy a poster. I guess we're hoping that half of them buy an Uncle poster for the mathematics of this to work out. But let's do it. We could really do with some money. So that's now there. That's there. That's going to happen. It's a real thing. We've made these posters. We'll see how it's going. And we will check back in. Just a reminder, Uncle is by far our most popular player. So maybe moving them into streaming will help boost their popularity. And then maybe they'll pick up some more fans, and maybe they'll pick up a few posters. And we can make some cash money. It says we've got an average ticket price here. I don't know how we can adjust that. Maybe there is some pricing for our matches in the stadium. Doesn't seem like I've got any control over that. So, oh yeah, by the way, there's a weird gaming house element to this game where we can put things in the house. But I think all this does is increases welfare, which just reduces salary demands during negotiations. So I don't think there's too much point in it. Maybe there is, but I haven't messed around with this because we don't have any money anyway. I said I would look quickly at stats, so let's take a quick look at the overall meta. If we sort it just by win rate, we can see Chef and Knight, very good win rates, but not played very much. Probably more helpful is sorting it by ban/pick rate. So Win Mage, Pyromancer, Android, Whipmaster, they are, and Bomber as well, very, very highly picked, all roughly 80% plus, or banned. So these 5 champions are probably the most, you would think, dominant ones right now, just in terms of how influential they are. Obviously, the win rate of Win Mage isn't very high. Android's is very high, so we should probably prioritize. I think Android is a support. So I think that's the key. We will try prioritizing getting Android and seeing how that works for us. But that's how the meta's looking. In terms of very unpopular champions, apparently Vampire is not very popular, so we probably should stop banning them. Hammer, not very popular at all. We're probably one of the few teams that have actually used that champion. And there's a handful of champions that haven't been picked at all. So I'm not sure when the patch will drop for our save, but you would assume these champions down the bottom that have no win rate or no play rate are going to be the first ones due for some love, perhaps. Whereas Wind Mage, Pyromancer, Android, Whipmaster, I would expect some of these champions to be nerfed as we move through the first patch, whenever that is. And if it happens before the next game, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will see you in the draft. Okay, just prior to the draft, we are against Tempest Pyres, who seem to have a pretty fixed starting lineup. And overall, if we just scan through their players, jungle isn't looking too scary, but their top lane is pretty good. Mid lane is pretty good. Home lane are pretty good. The support's pretty good. Again, they're probably better than us. They're 5th in the league at the moment. They've won 2 and lost 1. So let's hop into it. We're going to make our change. Uncle is on the bench and we're putting Crit Hero up into the top lane. I'm not expecting him to actually be much better than Uncle. In fact, he's probably a weaker player still. But I want to change things up a little bit in that top lane now that we've moved Uncle into that streamer role. I don't think anywhere else is worth changing up because our team is... our reserves just aren't good enough. I do need to focus maybe on developing one of our supports, but that is all by the by. God, our team is bad. we are really, really bad. So we're hoping that my Uncle is going to start bringing in the money because... oh, we ain't getting it from winning games, most likely. So there's an early Wind Mage ban. We are on red side, so I want to get rid of things that are a bit scary. So we'll buy ban Pyromancer, Circus Blade banned. I will ban Bomber. They are the team that bans Android. So a lot of the commonly picked and banned champions have indeed been banned already. I'm gonna ban Whipmaster. I normally like to pick it, but I'm scared that they will pick it. So they've gone with Lancer, which is a solid engage champion that we've seen before. Now I know Sniper would be vulnerable to such things. Where we have had success before, it is the Shield Bearer Sniper combo, so we are going to go back to our roots with Sniper and Shield Bearer, I think. And now they have a real mix. They've got an engaged champion and 2 champions that were... one that's more anti-engage, and one that is very stationary. So, I'm feeling okay about this right now. Do we have... it's a classic. I'm going to go Fighter or a little bit of CC. It is a classic again for me to go Hammer. Just the kind of protect the president strategy of recognizing that Crit Hero is our carry and giving a bit of CC and a bit of tankiness up front. We'll go with that strategy again. They're going full dive with a little bit of healing. So it's up to us to determine who we're going to stick in the jungle position. I don't think it's worked out for us before, but maybe it'll work out for us this time. I'm tempted to go with Gunner. So we're going to do that. We're going to go Gunner. I was also tempted to go Hitman. He plays a little bit like Kindred, if you are familiar with League of Legends, in terms of their ultimate ability. But we'll go with this for now. And I will see you in the match. Okay, here we go. We're in the game. I skipped the strategy screen because I had to go away to eat, and then I forgot to record that bit. So, but here we are. We're in the game. We've got Crit Hero's debut in the top lane. And we got some pressure here in the mid lane. But nothing much doing. So, yeah, I think maybe the poster business could be lucrative. Obviously, Uncle from the Jackie Chan Adventures is an icon And who would not want to have a poster of them on their wall, particularly because they have won a single professional game of Teamfight Manager 2. So, as we have a little look in the bot lane, but in the end, not much comes of it. Top lane, crit hero, hang on a minute. That was almost what we would call in the industry a solo bolo. But it wasn't. Things seem to be going quite well in the mid lane with that matchup. We are down in experience in the bottom lane and on farm. But otherwise, at least comparative to our previous match, things are going a lot better in the early game. So maybe we can pull out a victory here. Even actually getting a single win, even if you don't win both legs, but if you win one of the individual rounds of this game, that can be quite good in terms of league standings because they count as tiebreakers. Anyway, enough about that. It's snake killing time if you're the red team, which we're not. So I think frankly we just let them get on with it. I'm pretty pleased actually though that nothing awful happened there. Considering how our previous games have been going. I wonder what we could do though in order to get more sponsorship for the Redshirts. I am worried about our finances because we do need to attract better players, but we don't have any money, which does make doing that difficult. Maybe we could be sponsored by... I don't know. Are there any evil corporations out there that you think we could perhaps sell our soul to? I've so far been very firm in not picking the gambler, but who knows, maybe even as soon as the next leg, if I lock in the gambler for this team, there'll suddenly just be lots of pro gambling adverts all over the page. That'd be disgusting, wouldn't it? There is way too much advertising for gambling in our sports products in you know, real life. That was good though. A little bit of a chain CC from the fighter, the slow coming into effect from the shield bearer. We don't quite get the Pythoness, but we do get a kill in the bot lane, and we're looking really even across the board. Like slight leads in all lanes except the top lane where we're quite far behind. But the good news is that our top laner is not a carry pick. They are here to do a job, and that's to protect the sniper. And the gunner as well, who's also a marksman. So we have some ranged options. We have quite a lot of poke. They are diving in on us aggressively under our turret, and unfortunately it's going to pay off. Can we get a counter engage? It's not looking good. Fighter in absolutely no man's land. Chris Hero not helping the cause. And that's going to be a tree falling to the other team. A lot of trees fall in this game. Deforestation, of course, is a major problem. IRL, maybe we could be sponsored by... I was going to say maybe we could be sponsored by some sort of deforestation awareness group, but that doesn't seem like there's any money in that. Maybe we could be sponsored by some lumberjacks. Any lumberjacks could possibly be looking at this team and thinking they fell a lot of trees. Probably looking at the other team rather than us, though. We don't fell many trees. Maybe that's why we need a lumberjack. I don't know. Things aren't going so well in terms of our overall game state at the moment. An aggressive dive from the Lancer, defended by the shield bearer. You can see they added quite a lot of grey health, our shield bearer, to the sniper to keep them nice and safe. We're down, but it's not catastrophic yet. I think once we get into the realm of 4,000 gold, that's where we're starting to look for a massive throw on the enemy's part if we're to come back into the game, but sort of not quite there yet. Although with this tower, ew. Okay, we need some plays elsewhere on the map. And it doesn't look like we're gonna get them. Hero, I don't think they've done great. But their biggest problem is so far, I mean obviously they're losing lane. But I think Uncle would be as well. Because their stats, they're actually better than Uncle's in that regard. But the biggest problem is they weren't with the team when we needed them around the tree. But here we see our team kind of grouped up. Maybe we can do something. Sniper is horribly out of position, but still chipping away at the enemy. I am worried about them getting engaged on Crit Hero. Somehow hasn't fallen. We've got some knockups here. Can we get a kill? Very close. But incredibly, neither side actually getting a kill. But they do get another turret. So yeah, things are... It's tough. It's not looking good. We better hope those posters really pan out. There were other things that we could have looked at. I just went for the cheapest one. They had wrist guards. They had keyboards. I'm not sure I can think of any merch that anyone would really want for our team. As we again staggered enter here. Crit Hero goes down. Does tank a lot of abilities, but it's just not good enough. We, I guess, didn't have priority on the map. Wander in quite a dysfunctional way, and that is probably going to be the game. I will speed things up here because I think we've reached a tipping point. Not to, of course, be confused with the ITV show tipping point. That's a very different kind of tipping point. But no, this game, I think the only way we can win is if there are some catastrophic tower dives from the enemy team. But given that we don't have many towers left, probably not going to happen. It's a shame. I feel like the draft wasn't a bad one on my part. Again, if any of you have played this game, there's anyone watching, let me know what your thoughts are on my draft here. Maybe we should have pivoted more to an engaged style, but then with our team, I think we just generally struggle. Anyway, we did have some nice damage on the sniper. But otherwise, again, our jungler, I just don't think they did too much. There were moments where the fighter was useful, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. This time I'll show you maybe the full pick ban phase and the strategy. They're saying Hunter is worth a ban. I can get behind that. They are an assassin. Saying Bomber is worth a ban. But to be honest, I might pick Bomber because I've got first pick. So we might leave that on the table. And I'll ban Circus Blade. I was saying Android earlier could have been an option, but they've taken it away. So what's left? Pyromancer is up. Bomber is up. Cavalry is up. Those are some staple picks, aren't they? I will ban Ice Mage and I'll see what the AI does. They go for Whipmaster. There's a lot of powerful picks available. I think it would make sense to go... I mean, Pyromancer does seem to be good. They can be played mid or top, so let's take that. They go Bomber Swordsman. So they have a lot of wave clear. We're being advised Poison Dart, and I like it. Clearly not sponsored by a gambling corporation yet, because I'm thinking Poison Dart Hunter. It didn't work out for us previously, but it gives us multiple area of effect style champions. Bottom lane, I recommend Knight. Well, Knight is purely a support, but that could work because they have a bit of dive on their team. Now I think we'll look jungle. I'm just going to keep going with the AoE theme. I think we go with... We've seen him before, but we'll go with Doc Ibe? Doc Ayabi? I don't know how you pronounce that. They've gone Cavalry Monk, so they've got some engage on their side. So Knight could actually be very good. I will try Knight. We're going to try Knight for the first time on the advice of our coaching staff. They have a taunt, and they can grant shields and create a big defensive area of effect zone. So again, even more AoE. They're saying to pair it with Chef. I don't think I want Knight to be my carry because they've got no wave clear. What would I want to be my carry is the question. We currently have a nice mix of damage in terms of AD and... Alright, we're going to gamble. Turns out I've sold my soul. 888.com or other gambling sites, I don't know. I don't really gamble, I'll be honest. They're here. We're playing roulette. That's what we're playing. We're doing proper gambling. So this is what we'll go with, I think. This is definitely not, in my opinion, so much of a split pushing team. I think we're definitely a group up team. So we'll explicitly say this time group up. Last time I gave them flexibility for objectives, and maybe that confused them. I don't think we're a good ganker. What we could do is look to cover, because I think cavalry is excellent at ganking. So we'll look to counter gank, which means joining any gank total plays that they do and reacting to them rather than forcing them. I think their team is largely attack based, so we can just go defense. This probably works. Maybe it doesn't. Who's to say? As we jump into the first match, they do have Vampire, which is interesting. So they've got a real mishmash of champions, because Vampire can engage but can also disengage, but only on a individual level. He doesn't have any utility. As so far things going okay. Our jungler seems to be actively patrolling regions. We do have tiny leads in a few of the lanes, but it's totally inconsequential. We're only 1 minute into the game. Knight is in trouble and they go down, but we might return the kill. We do. In fact, we might get even more here. We don't get even more, but I think the enemy will have to recall. So that is something. Or they're going to be very low on HP. We do have taunts. We have a jungler here. That's a kill. That's a kill. So this is good. We've actually got genuine advantages now. And it's 10 seconds until that serpent spawns. Our bot lane have just based, so maybe we're going to run out towards the serpent now. We shall see. Doesn't look like it. Well, it looks like Knight will. None of our other characters are there currently. Top lane is both saying in the top side of the map. And now a fight breaks out. And I think the enemy have gone a little bit too deep. This is looking promising for us. We come close to killing the vampire. Swordsman goes in like an absolute lunatic. Does trade. But we take the objective. So it's a 1-for-1 with the serpent going over to us. This might be our first best of 3. We might actually tie up a series for once. It hasn't gone that way. All of our games have been 2-0 defeats or victories, I believe. And to be honest, based on our recent form and the fact that it is Crit Hero's debut, I think taking a leg, at least it would be something, you know. It's even if it's just the illusion of progress. At least it would be something. Sometimes, by the way, in the game, you do get emails which give you decisions. Things like, oh, this player is popular. Would you like to spend more time interacting with the fans? And then that changes the player's condition and their loyalty and other things. But I haven't shown any of that because nothing really interesting has happened on the spreadsheet side of things. I do think there'll be a patch soon. Not a real-life patch, but an in-game universe one, as there's a big fight that breaks out. Hey, a dual takedown for the gambler. We're still fighting. We see them off. This is going... It's going much better. We've got a reasonable gold lead. And it's going to be very hard, I think, for the opposition to walk into objectives if we have priority on them. Hopefully we'll be able to take this before they come back up, although it's going to be difficult. Looks like another fight will break out. Oh god. It all looked like it was going so well, and then the opposition got their shit together and took down the serpent in a tree. Maybe we can fight our way back. Maybe we can fight our way back. But I think we're about to bleed a lot of gold across the map here because towers are tumbling. And now the enemy actually has the gold advantage in all positions. Which is not what you want to see. If you're a Redshirts fan. Okay, what is going on here? Cavalry is looking feisty. A lot of spells thrown down by our team. Looks like we're trying to disengage. Somehow this tower is still standing, but we lose the middle one. I think we're about to lose that one as well, so that's even more gold. We're about 4,000 down now. So we really need to get some picks. This could be one. No. I think we're going to lose this tower too. That's going to be even more gold over to our opponents. Somehow, we need a good team fight. And it doesn't look like we're going to find it there. Gosh, we still haven't taken a single tower. We've got the same problem that we found ourselves in quite a few of our recent matches. Just the game kind of falling apart over the tree battle. And because we were so comprehensively taken down without any kind of trade back in terms of kills, that was that. And we do not contest there. We're terribly outnumbered here, being run down. This is probably the end of the game. It's over. That's it. That's extremely disappointing. Because we were winning until we absolutely fluffed the line in the team fight. But that's the way it goes. We were genuinely ahead. A reasonable goal lead, and then it all completely fell apart. I think the team fight was good. I don't think there was much more I could have done. I don't think Knight looked too bad, although we didn't really get to see too much of them beyond the laning phase because everything kind of fell apart. But as a champion, Knight seemed good. In terms of the way our team actually piloted the champions, well, that's another thing. That's another thing entirely. I don't know. I mean, I went for this jungler again because they're a bit tanky, and I was hoping, well, the enemy will engage on us, but between having two tanky kind of players, maybe we can keep our 3 carries safe, but I don't know, we just couldn't take them safe enough. One bad fight, ballooned out of control, and that's going to be another loss in Division 2 for us. So if we look at the ranking table just before we end the episode, we sit very close to the bottom, currently out of playoff contention. It's still reasonably early in the season. A couple of other teams yet to pick up a win. In terms of our KDA ratio, kills, death, assists, we are really struggling to pick up kills because the worst team in the league have a game in hand over us, and we only have 8 more kills than them. So we're definitely struggling to execute. Our deaths surprisingly aren't that high, although that probably just means the matches are ending quickly. So really not something to be proud of. We've had a reasonably tough schedule. I haven't played, I think, wait, was Feral Banshees our opening match? And then other than that, we've played Arcane Crows, Glacier Wyverns, Runic Rovers, and Tempest Pyres. So, you know, those are all teams that are in the conversation for the top teams in the league. Of course, very, very early in the season. But that looks like it's gonna... That looks like it's gonna do it for us. We do have some positive news in terms of some of our players growing their stats. Some pretty good big gains there, although they are still ultimately terrible. But maybe Hen 1 will ultimately become our support. Uncle is putting in work streaming. So hopefully that will start working out for us. I'm just going to keep going forward until our next match, just in case. Yes. Okay, there it is. I'm not going to open it. Or am I? Ooh. This is the exciting thing. So there is a patch. I will save it. I will save it for the next episode. I won't open it now. I really want to open it now, but I'm not going to open it now. There is a patch that has dropped. So before our next match, the meta of the game will have shifted a bit. And we'll see whether or not we can get a better read on what to do and the impact of that. But until then, I don't know. Have a nice day. Do you, and I guess. See ya.